Hey everyone, it is late at night and I'm Norman. So quite a while ago now, a brand called Anicorn reached out to me and offered to gift a watch to the channel. And that is not something that happens very often. Usually I'm getting emails for stuff like shower curtains, shower rods, scented candles, all kinds of things. On the rare occasion that I do get an email from a watch brand, unfortunately, it's typically not a very good fit for the channel. I mean, they're just kind of generic, almost AliExpress type pieces, or they're really, really large mall watches, just not really pieces that I would like to review. The one or two times that's happened. So I was kind of taken aback and did a little bit of digging around to see what kind of pieces they made. And the one that they offered was one of their fairly serious space-inspired pieces. And all their stuff is very unique, very creative. I really like their NASA watches. And I liked this piece. It was dark, all murdered out, and crazy shaped case and everything. And as I dug around, I found their trio of time pieces that were artsy and fun and just wild. And when I responded and agreed and mentioned how much I loved their trio of time line, they actually offered to let me choose something from that line as well. And I thought for sure this was a piece that I would review and send back to the brand, so I decided to go with something that was nice and palatable, something fun, but yet not so niche, something that might appeal to more viewers. However, the channel was kind enough to gift this watch as well. And the one that I chose, so this is a very minimalist Bauhaus style watch, but what's wild about this piece is you can plug it into this traveling case. And inside the traveling case, you have plaques to track your exploits. For example, if I'm going to Hong Kong, I can stick it on here. I thought it was a fun concept and a great looking watch. So I did my first impressions of it, and I was kind of sad at some of the hate. And I get it, this is a very mundane looking watch. However, the one criticism I've had of their pieces is the lollipop seconds hand. And this piece does not have that. It's been a while now, so I figured I need to do a full review of this watch. So let us begin. Here's the watch up close. And this was designed by Nik Bentel Studios. And if you check out their website, that is wild. I mean, they've made things like the pizza bag, which is like a leather fancy carrying case for a single slice of pizza. That is just brilliant. So apparently I'm a fan of Nik Bentel Studios as well. But yeah, even though these watches were gifts, the brand had no weird demands or expectations or anything. And to be honest, I truly liked both watches. This one would be a piece that would catch my attention anyway. I own two Projects watches, and the build quality on this is very much on par with those. When I bought those particular pieces, I was actually kind of surprised at how solid and well made they seem to be. And this is like that also. So it ships on a non-tapered leather strap. And when I put this in the traveling case, I just leave the strap on it and kind of fold it up like this and close it. Otherwise, you have to take this off. And you can strap it into the case, and then when you pop the watch out to wear it, you can put it back on. because it is quick release. And here we have the case back, and it says the Trio of Time, New York, and some stats about the watch. It's held on by 4 very tiny screws, so those will require some watchmaking screwdrivers when it comes time to replace the battery. And the buckle is matte finished, as well as the entirety of the case. So Anicorn Watches was founded by Joe Kwan, who was not a watchmaker when he started the brand. Anicorn Watches, an independent watchmaker and design company designing watches beyond ordinary approaches. Anicorn never stops bringing in new inspiration and is keen on collaborating with creators with different minds, exploring the possibilities of time. I'm definitely not someone who has collected watches for many years or was obsessed with horology. I began this without having any of that knowledge, says Kwan. I did it because my background is in branding and graphic design. I felt like serving clients was quite boring, and I wanted to prove my designs were worth something or could tell a story. The Time Traveler watch design came about from thinking through how global time has been perceived over the years through wall clocks, specifically the classic time zone wall clock. Nik Bentel Studios is a team of designers based in New York City. The studio's goal is to release limited edition performative objects. These can range from furniture, clothing, handbags, homeware items, and toys. These releases are often done as collaborations. Such as this one. You can see the NB at the lower part of the dial there. So these minimalist indices are applied. The hands are just super thick stick hands. And the seconds hand is also done in red. And like I mentioned, I appreciate this thin seconds hand. That is the only thing that I personally don't care for with the mundane designs. This is a quartz piece, as you can see, so you will rarely be using this crown, but let's see how it is to operate. Pop that out. It's easy to grip and pull out. It feels quality when you're setting the time. Pop that back in. Oh, and I failed to notice. It does hack, so you can see the seconds hand stops. And then it resumes. Being minimalist and utilitarian, it has a flat crystal on it. It's not overly thick. It doesn't have lugs at all. The strap just attaches down below the case here. Very Bauhaus. Look at that, I pronounced it correctly. As for the specifications on this watch, the case size is 39 millimeters. The case height is 8.7 millimeters. The crystal is mineral. The movement inside this is a Miyota 2035 quartz movement. And these retail for about $350. So they are kind of spendy. That's likely because it comes with that case and all kinds of stuff. So I imagine the watch on its own wouldn't be quite so expensive. Alright, let me take off the F77 Ace and we'll see what the Time Traveler watch looks like when it's on your wrist. And here it is on my 7-inch wrist. And with this design, using a cylindrical case, zero bezel, it's all dial, it does look large. It wears large. And that's a common thing with this aesthetic. It kind of adds a couple millimeters to whatever it is on paper. Somehow this doesn't look huge, but I feel like a 36 or 37 would be a good size for a piece like this. But I have owned a Bauhaus watch that was 40 millimeters, and it had a black dial. However, it looked gigantic. So much so that when I unboxed it and put it on my wrist, I kind of had a heart attack because it just looked like a cheap mall fashion watch. This one doesn't look large like that, and part of it may be the case is not as super thin as that piece was. Kind of looks large on me, at least to me. But other than that, and the mineral crystal, I really have nothing negative to say about this piece personally. You can see the wall clock inspiration for sure. Very cool. There you have it, the Time Traveler watch. I personally think this is a great looking piece. And I love the brand. I love their designs. And I'm so grateful for them for reaching out and let me experience their pieces, for gifting them to the channel. Thanks for watching.